Hello, welcome to The Secret of Love, Lust, and Lies. I'm your host, Miss Desire. Okay, today's question is, how do you know if your mate is cheating? Well, first of all, please make sure he's your mate. Just because you done kicked it with someone and you done, basically done been over at the house at a late night, y'all went to a couple of dinners, that don't necessarily make him your mate. Okay, but say for instance, if y'all hypothetically, you think you're moving forward, okay, and everything looks good or what have you. To me, the way to really know if your mate is playing games is if he don't want no commitment. You know what I'm saying? You tell him what you want. He's like, okay, well, let me see. Or right now, I'm not in a position or whatever. And sometimes people are, in a position to make a commitment, but they do have a time frame that, they might be interested in doing it. And then too, age has a lot to do with it as well. Now, if you're already 40, 50 years old, you should already kind of know what you want out the gate and what you're doing and so on and so forth. Okay. Now, everything, could be going fine. Here's another sign to know if your mate basically is playing games. Say, for instance, everything is going fine, y'all been going to dinner, everything is good. You seem happy, he seemed happy. And then say, for instance, the least little thing, he get mad. And that just caused everything off. Now, he disappeared. He don't want to, talk to you on the phone, or, he's not returning text message. He takes something so small and blows it up. It's more or less like he's playing this hot and cold game. You know what I'm saying? And so, therefore, now you trying to figure out, okay, what's going on? All I did was tell him, no, you can't come at 7, come at 10. And, he's like, oh, well, that's just too much. Okay, well, he might be playing games and he might not really be the one. But, hey, that is a sign to know if, your mate basically is playing games. The next sign, let me see. Say for instance, everything is going fine and he just disappeared for 2 or 3 days, and then show back up like everything is cool, like hey, what's up, and pick up the phone like everything should be good and you shouldn't be tripping. You're like, okay. I don't know where they doing relationships at like that, but if you are in a relationship, or so you think, and you disappear for 3 days and you have not been kidnapped, you have not been in prison, you have not been in a hospital, it might be a problem with that situation. So I would say yes, he's playing games. Number 4, say for instance, if they leave you feeling empty, frustrated, and angry, and you ready to kill them, you ready to be on the next episode of Snap, because they just playing games, they just doing stuff that you're like, okay, I'm giving 100%, they giving 45%. They just basically just doing stuff that you're like, for real, is this what we doing? But hey, that is one way to know if your mate is playing games. So people have to understand that when you first meet a person, you're really not meeting that person, you're meeting a representative. So when you meet a representative, I think it takes about a good 18 to 24 months to really get to know a person. If you could maybe interview, like say, an ex-girlfriend, that would be, or an ex-spouse. Basically, that would kind of like, to me, give insight. Some people, they'd be like, okay, he was a good guy, but ABC, maybe it's good, but he got a temper. So therefore, sometimes whatever the ex has to say, I know it can't really, different people act different ways with different people, but I think you should always kind of like, when they say something, take in consideration. And one thing I have to say to the ladies is learn to listen. Sometimes we be just talking so much, we really ain't even trying to hear what they talking about, because we be thinking we know everything anyway. Listen, because if you kind of listen, they gonna kind of tell you everything you really need to know. And you won't have to go through this whole Inspector Gadget trying to figure it out or what have you, because he didn't already told you. He probably told you things about past relationships, about, baby mamas and just certain situations that basically you'll be like, okay, yeah, so learn to listen. Now, my conclusion is basically, if you can, like I said, maybe talk to someone either he used to date or take some more time to get to know him. Unless you got your own mission and your own reason for jumping in and doing what you do. Other than that, hey, he's probably playing games. If you even asking yourself these questions, 9 times 10 we have good intuition as being a woman. So if you ask, is he playing games? Yes, he's playing games. All right, there you have it with The Secret. I'm your host, Miss Desire. Have a good one.